Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome to
Morning.
my Morning Cuppa Joy. And today I have a very joyful guest. I have Nivriti Chandra. Thank you for
Yes.
being here and welcome.
Namaste. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here. And so when you're finding us on Enlightened World Network, just please share it out. I'm going to take a moment right now and share it. And Nivriti, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, on my messenger.
Yes, I see it. So I'm going to share it to you.
I didn't get it yet.
Yeah. Oh. They change things so much. I'm trying to find where I can.
I am very technologically challenged. I shouldn't be saying that, but I am.
It says I can send it to your timeline. So let me see if I can do that.
That'll be great. That'll be great.
Okay, there we go. I just did that. So now you should be able to post it from there.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Do you see it yet?
Yeah. I see it.
Okay, great. I'm sharing it to my timeline. Let's just share. I always say sharing is caring.
That's wonderful.
So let me share one more place and then we are going to see who all's with us this morning.
I am also doing the same.
Okay, we've got a good group of people in here already. Hello, everybody. Hello, and I am so happy that Nivriti, am I saying it right, Nivriti?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, awesome. I'm so glad that you're here with us. This is our newest member of Angelic River family. So we get to know her from the very beginning. So welcome.
Thank you. I feel so honored to be here. It's a great group with great energy. I've attended quite a few sessions earlier. The prayer portion also towards the end, that's also wonderful. And how everybody just feels at ease to share whatever they are going through. And Teri, how you connect with everyone who's commenting, whether it's a hi or whether it's something serious or whether it's something they want to share that happened today. I think it just makes everyone feel so included, and that's like a great feeling to have.
Thank you. That's really awesome to hear because we do this every day, and when we hear that it is something that people respond to and react to, that makes me feel really good. And our
I think
group
it's built into everybody's daily routine now that they have that time slot when they're going to come and say hi to you and whoever's on your show. So it's something that everybody looks forward to now.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful energy here in the morning. So let's start saying hello to people. We've got Jordan De La Rosa is with us. She was the first one that popped on. And Deirdre. And I see Prachetta is here.
I don't know. I'm not able to see the comments because then the volume gets switched on. So I guess you'll only help us.
Oh, okay. Can you turn your volume down on that phone?
Oh, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, if you do that, then you should be able to see it.
And I see Prachetta. Yeah.
Facebook must have changed.
Pratima ji is also there.
Yeah.
I can see.
Deirdre is here.
Pracheta, thank you so much for your comments.
Gabby Forrester is with us. Hi, Gabby. It's so good to see you back with us again. Sharon Boyle, Prachir, and Protima is here.
Don't worry, Sharon, you haven't missed anything. We're still going to come to everything.
And yeah, we're wearing similar colors is what
oh yeah, I
just said that.
We're so color coordinated.
And we didn't even talk about that, did we?
Not at all. Yeah. I think that's telepathic.
Lillian is here.
Mm.
Oh, it's so good to see all of you. Catherine Kovacs just came in.
Yeah, we're
Wow,
right now, I
awesome.
think you're 15 of us or 18 now.
Awesome. Welcome, everybody. So, like I said, you're our newest member of Angelic River family. So I'm asking everyone to welcome you and to make you feel part of our group, which you are. I mean, you have
Yes.
been coming in to the lives, but now you're our family. Now we claim you.
Yeah. And now I'm always going to be a part of your prayer circle. So that is something that I will look forward to. Yeah.
Absolutely. I see Stacy came in and Julie Kiss. And Stacy,
Yeah.
if you would give us an update on your little kitty Luna. We're all praying for her and wanting her to be totally healed and out of any pain. And I hope that you're doing good as well, Stacy. I know that's hard for a mama to go through, is to watch a little one, even if it isn't, if it's not human, it's, you know, it's your family. I
Yeah.
always considered my animals my family. They were my children. So yeah, so Stacy, we love you and we hope that you are doing well. And Carrie is here. Carrie Klingon Butcher, I love you so much. And hi,
Mm.
Wendy. And Wendy says that she loves your sari. And we wanted
Yes.
to
Thank you so
wanted to talk
much.
about that. So
Yes.
would you
A
just let
little
us
hint.
know?
So I'll probably describe. So basically, sari, it's an Indian word which actually means just a strip of cloth. So it's actually unstitched cloth, normally roughly around 5.5 meters, and we drape it around. And this portion that comes out to be is called the palla of the sari. And it's normally, because it's all flowing. I mean, I think when I'll stand up, then you'll be able to see it better. But it's all hand woven with earlier we used to use pure gold and silver threads to design the saris, but now it turns out to be quite costly, so people are cutting corners using copper wires and gold plating them and things like that. But still, it's a great art which actually there are lots of families that are actually full families that are employed, and it takes sometimes over a month to make one piece of fabric that because it's that intricate. So this is from Banaras. It's a Banarasi sari, and Banaras is actually a very popular city in India. It attracts a lot of tourists, and it's latitudinally it's placed in such a way that it attracts a lot of yogis also, yogis and saints. So it's got a lot of culture to it, it's got a lot of art to it. And the earrings that I'm wearing are from South India. So this is called temple jewelry, and this also requires a lot of effort to be made because it's really intricate work with gold and rubies and beads. So I thought I should combine like the little bit of the north of India and a little bit of south of India and kind of present like an amalgamation to you. Because in India we have saris from different parts. Like each state would probably have something that's very unique to them. You know, whether it's a pattern that they make on the sari. Sometimes you see, like this is a basic design, and this is like a mango sign. Like this thing is called an ambi, and it looks like a mango, right? So you can have things like elephants made, things like peacocks that are actually woven into the fabric. You can have full wedding sequences that are woven into the fabric, you know, and war sequences that are woven into the fabric. So each state has, something that's unique to them. And I like to collect things from all over India. So I'll have something from South India, something from the East, something from the North. And because I love wearing saris, we don't wear saris every day now because sometimes it's difficult to manage it. But if there are some religious functions, or if you have to go to, so this is like an example of how I'd go to a wedding over here, you know. And we wear bright colors. Sometimes even white and gold is really popular in the south of India. And maybe sometime later when I also come again, I'll show you a bit of my collection. So you can see, how the work varies from different states and how, it can be totally different. In this small little Indian subcontinent of ours, there is so much diversity that it's unimaginable. Like, there is a different language, there's different food, there is different clothing for each state, and somehow, just somehow, it all weaves itself together, and we're able to function as one country, despite all the disparity that exists. So that's why we have one popular statement that we use about our country. It's called unity in diversity, because it's so vast, and the culture is so different, but still we all are able to, function as one. And yoga also dates back to quite long back, so which we are going to talk about later. But before that, I did want to talk about this bindi that I'm wearing. Did you notice that? It's called a bindi.
What is it?
Bindi? It's called a bindi. Bindi. So okay. A bindi. So normally, everything I realized, when we were going to have this session, I also read up a bit. So I knew a lot of things, but I also brushed up my knowledge on what is the logic of doing things. And I realized that most of the customs in our country, which date back to thousands of years back, have always had a scientific basis to them. Today you call it acupressure, but our culture dates back to so long, and we've been incorporating acupressure in our daily life without knowing that we're doing it. So every time you with your ring finger, you press on this spot which is in the middle of your eyebrows. This is your third eye spot, and your pineal gland is placed here. So every time you press it, you're sort of activating it. So, as a daily practice, if you start putting a bindi, that means you're performing that acupressure on that point, and it's good for your health, and it looks beautiful, I feel. So it becomes a part of our life. And the red signifies basically what you call in Hindi Shakti, which means strength, which means energy. So you can either, in South India, a lot of people put sandalwood, and sometimes we put this kumkum, which in English is called vermilion. So I realized that this actually has a logic to it, and why one should do it, when I read up on it. So that was fun. But if anybody has any questions, I'd love to address that as well.
Well, thank you. Thank you for explaining that, because I had no idea. So this is so enlightening for me to hear this information.
And anybody can do it. I mean, even if you stay in the West, if you start, how do you incorporate it in your daily life? Suppose you don't want to wear the red color, but probably, for a minute in the day, in the morning, or any time you get, just press this point with your ring finger, like say, press it, leave it, press it, leave it. So for a minute or 2 minutes, so you're kind of activating that third eye point in your body, and the science behind it is that it activates the pineal gland, which then in turn does activate the pituitary gland. So a lot of good hormones, your body works in balance, there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of vigor. So it kind of helps in that way. So after reading up about it lately again, I always knew it at the back of my head, but you tend to forget. So since 3 days, I've started doing it now, and incorporating it in my daily life. So I was like, okay, if I'm wearing a sari, let me put a bindi as well.
So we helped you as well.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. I was just telling Pracheta that, it is so mystic that we both spoke about this session, because a lot of things I knew earlier also about yoga mudras. I used to do them, but I kind of got reintroduced to them now. And I have now started incorporating it in my daily life, as well. So somehow it was mystic that I was supposed to do this right now. You were supposed to ask me to do it. And then now it's become part of my life again.
Yeah, it's all divine. It is all divinely led. And we have such a beautiful response to you from our audience. And Sharon says that she would wear them at festivals, that she loves the bindis.
That's lovely. I would
And
love to see Sharon
wears
in a sari.
little
So
sparkly ones.
she can share one of her pictures in a sari or in a bindi. That will be fun.
That
And you
would
know,
be
people in the West tend to wear bindis or studs and other stuff, even with their Western outfits. You know, in India, we tend to be more conscious because we're used to doing it a certain way. But there's a lot of fusion happening. You know, you combine the West with the East and make your own outfit and your own style statement, and it kind of brings it a lot of sense of fashion as well and health benefits with it. You know, so
so
that's fun.
awesome. And Wendy says she has a Chanel table runner and cushion covers made in India. They have elephants on them. I
Yeah.
love elephants. And I saw Sharon Boyle that says she loves them as well. I've always been drawn to elephants. There's just something about their energy that just
Yeah.
draws me in.
So we use a lot of nature or flora and fauna in everything that we do. So whether it's our fabrics, whether it's our homes, so we'll have, you know, animals and plants and, you know, different kinds of sceneries in our, you know, either printed or woven in our fabrics, or you'll see a lot of figurines in the house. And those people who are interested in feng shui, or in India we call it vastu, they kind of have certain places also where they place that stuff, you know, like where should you place the Ganesha, which you are introduced to. So that's why I can use Ganeshji as a symbol. So in which direction to place it. But sometimes it becomes too confusing. There are just too many things happening, you know.
Right.
You
So
can't
just
do
take it
everything.
slow. Yeah.
Yeah. So you pick and choose what's suiting you at that point in time. You pray about it to the angels, and whatever's meant for you, it'll come to you, and then you start doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally believe that. Um, Tracy Steele is with us and she says, I will start this in my daily life. I'd love to learn more. I love that. And
True.
people have come on with us while we were talking. Tony De La Rosa is here. Good morning, Tony. I hope you're doing well and hope that you're getting that medication that Sally asked us to pray for you to get yesterday. And who else came in? Gina Conway. Carol Allen is with us this morning. My friend
Right.
Marietta Stoner. Marietta, does this heart look familiar behind me? Marietta made this heart and it's made out of wood and it has the lights around it. And I
Oh,
was,
that's the one that's behind you right now. Oh, that's
yes,
so lovely.
she made that. And I hung it up first on my wall and took this picture of it lit with the lights lit up. And it looks like angel wings right in the center of the heart, doesn't it?
True, true, true.
I love
It
it.
looks
So
so cute though. It
I've
looks
been
really cute.
I've been focusing on it when I chant and focusing on opening up the energy of love in our world and letting all of that beautiful love energy take the place of anything that's divisive, anything that's keeping us from being our best and loving divine self. So Diana, come on with us. Good morning, Diana. I hope you're doing well. And Lillian says, it's good to try new things that other parts of our world use. I will try that with the third eye for sure. Awesome.
I started from today.
Beautiful. And yeah, Sharon Boyle said it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I'm
Tony,
sure.
her medication will come in tomorrow. Awesome,
Okay.
Tony. I'm so glad. Thank you for letting us know.
Okay, Pracheta is saying that I'm a professional artist in dressing up Indian brides. But yes, that's also because I am a makeup artist by profession. So all this comes really naturally to me as well, you know. But even if I wasn't a makeup artist, I still love Indian culture and tradition. And, you know, these days young people have stopped wearing saris that much. But there's a whole culture now that's starting in promoting it because, and I also mostly want to do it because I don't want this art to get lost, because there are a lot of people's livelihoods that are based on it. And if people stop wearing saris that are hand woven, then slowly, there'll be people losing jobs, and then this whole art will be lost. So my effort, apart from looking beautiful in it, is to retain the cultural aspect of it as well.
I love that. That is so beautiful. And I'm going to hold that intention with you. That's definitely, it's such a beautiful culture and all the traditions. And I'm so happy that I'm learning more about it.
Thank you so much for, bringing notice to such things, because they're actually very logical. A lot of the rituals make a lot of sense. We'll shortly talk about yoga mudras as well, and I myself learned a lot while reading about them.
I love that we learn from each other.
We can
open up our minds, and it opens up a whole new world. It really does.
True.
And I see a lot of people that are saying they're going to do that with doing the acupressure on the third eye.
Yeah.
That Sally says she's going to do that. And Boyle is asking you a question.
What's the question?
Do you keep elephants at your doorways?
I personally don't. Many people could. But there are, as I said, there's no end to these things then. You have to draw a line somewhere that where you want to keep what. I have a Ganesha in my room in the northeast direction. But then one can't do everything. It becomes too consuming then. So elephant, for me personally, they're not there at my place. Okay, Prachita's asking me to stand up now. Okay, I think I'll stand up and then I'll sit in the yoga posture so I can show you the mudras as well. Okay. So I will do that. So these are the pleats that we call. I don't think you'll be able to see me completely like together because the phone is.
We can't see your beautiful face.
So this is the whole drape of the sari.
Beautiful.
And of course, there are like more than 200 ways to drape a sari in India. And it's really comfortable and easy to sit in as well, very airy. So one doesn't even feel hot. Like in summers, we use the fabric cotton, and in winters, we wear a lot of silk. So it's weather friendly as well, and it's very airy. And in the humid months also, it's great.
It is beautiful. So it's very light is what I'm getting then from you.
Yeah, it depends on the fabric actually. You can have heavy fabrics or you can have very light fabrics. It's so versatile. It's just 5.5 meters of cloth. That's it. Drape it any way you like. This is the most common way of draping it in India. But as I said, each state has its own tradition. In Maharashtra, where Mumbai is, the fisherwomen wear the sari in a different way so that it can help in them doing their job, because it's going to be difficult catching fish like this. So they have a different drape for it. And when you're doing classical dance like Bharatanatyam, there's a different drape so that it assists you in whatever else you need to do. In Bengal, the drape is different. So sometimes because of your occupation and sometimes just for pure aesthetic, the drape varies from different places.
Beautiful. I'm loving this, and I think our audience is loving this today as well. I see so many beautiful comments from people.
I'm going to send you a sari very soon once this lockdown eases out.
Oh my God. That would be so amazing.
And if the universe conspires at some moment and we are able to meet, I'm definitely going to drape a sari on you.
Just beautiful. I'm in tears here.
Let me get my phone.
Sharon said fishing in a sari would be challenging.
No, but then that's why their drape is different, and they have the fabric going through their legs, so it becomes like pants,
Oh, okay.
The sari fabric becomes like you're walking in a pant.
Wow. love
So
that.
that makes it very convenient.
So you are now sitting in the yoga position. Can you
Yeah.
explain that as
So
well?
this is called Sukhasan. Sukh is happiness. So this is your most easy sitting at ease kind of asana. And normally we do our meditation or just reflective things in sitting like this with your back comfortably erect. You don't need to be very tight or taut because then you'll get tired, but you shouldn't slouch either. So this is the easiest posture to kind of sit in. If someone finds it difficult to cross their legs and sit like that, you can sit in a comfortably erect position on a chair, but try and keep your back sort of, little straight. And if you notice the Buddha sits in his meditative posture like this, and he sits in the Dhyanasana, which is your right hand over your left, like this, your palms, and your thumbs touching each other. He sits like this with head slightly upturned and eyes shut so that you can focus on your third eye point. Now this takes a lot of practice. I still haven't got it, like how should I get my focus in the center of my eyebrows. It's a challenge, but if you keep at it every day, then of course you'll get there someday, So this is the dhyana, the dhyana mudra. But I don't know, do you want me to get into the mudras right away or a bit later?
Can you spell that one? Because I'm not getting it.
Dhyan, dhyan.
Oh, the Dhyan Mudra. Okay.
Dhyan is the Hindi word for focus. So focus or concentration. So in English, you can call it the concentration mudra.
Okay. I love
Yes.
that. Okay, so it's just the palms touching this way?
Yeah, the right over the left and
Right.
in your lap and your
So
thumbs touching them.
your thumbs are not touching, right? Or are they? Yes,
No,
they are.
they should touch. They should touch.
Okay. I got it.
Like, are you able to see?
Yes, I do. I see it. Yeah.
So basically, a mudra means a gesture. Like you can address someone with a mudra. You have sign language, right? Those are mudras as well. But in yoga, they're called the hasta mudras because they serve a purpose. So it said, again, it's based on acupressure, which the world came to know later, but the yogis were doing since ever, So our whole body is represented in our hand. Our hand and our feet are a reflection of our whole body, the whole system. All the nerves are there in the hand, which represent each and every organ of the body and each and every element. So this is fire, this is air, this is sky or ether, this is earth, and this is water. So in Hindi, Agni, which is fire, air, which is Vayu, sky, which is Akash, earth, which is Prithvi, and water, which is Jal. So every time you touch your finger in a certain way, you're activating and balancing that energy in the body. So that is the logic between it. And scientifically, because I said the whole body is placed in the hand, so I read up a bit that the pituitary and the pineal glands, the points are there on the thumb. So most of the mudras, you are touching your thumb with different fingers. So every time your pituitary and your pineal gland is getting activated, the one that's here.
Wow.
So the scientific logic is that, and it sort of creates like an energy circuit in the body that then helps in that process that you're trying to achieve. So if you're trying to concentrate and focusing on your spiritual growth, this mudra will help you do that. And similarly, if you touch your thumb to your index finger like this and sit like this with the base of the back of your hand on your knee, this is called the Gyan Mudra. So Gyan in English would be knowledge. So normally the meditative mudras are your Dhyan Mudra and your Gyan Mudra. So you can do your Om chanting in your Gyan Mudra, because that will create that certain energy circuit in your body, which will help you kind of, connect with your inner self better. And, it's good for learning as well. That's why it's called Gyan, which means knowledge. I hope it's not an information overload right now.
No, I was trying to type it in and my phone kept auto-correcting the spelling. So
Don't worry, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll write them down and you can post it on the group then. So you don't need to worry about it.
Thank you. That would be awesome. And
No.
Jordan is leaving us. Bye, Jordan. Thank you.
Bye, Jordan. We'll send the details of the group so you won't miss out on anything. Don't worry.
That's okay. It's awesome. I love this.
So then, like that, each finger you touch, it becomes a different mudra and it serves a different purpose. So if this is the Gyan mudra, like this is the Akash mudra, So all of them have a scientific basis also. This, this kind of balances the ether element in your body. Similarly, this is called the Prithvi mudra or the Earth mudra. So you can sit in it and normally, typically, say 15 minutes in a day for one mudra is enough, So this is the Earth mudra. It balances and roots your body with the earth. It's really good for, it strengthens your bones. It helps to relieve fatigue, gives you strength and vitality. And this one, again, then it balances the water element in your body, which is the Jal mudra or the water mudra. You can learn it like that, So it will balance the water element. It will detoxify your body. So it's great for your skin, So these days, even if people are not bothered how their heart is working or the other glands are working, everybody's so vain. They want their skin to be nice. They want to be in shape. So you have to address it like, okay, do this for your skin and do this for your hair and nails, So then they'll end up doing that. And similarly, so if you turn your finger inside, okay, this ring finger, if you turn it inside and then touch your thumb to it, can you see?
Like that?
No, turn your finger inside.
Okay.
Finger.
Yeah. Oh,
and press your thumb to it.
Right.
So this is Prithvi, and this becomes your Agni mudra. Agni is fire. So because this thumb represents fire, this gets more active. The thumb gets more active when you do this. So automatically you can actually feel the pressure of the thumb being less when you're doing this versus this.
Right.
So this activates your thyroid gland and it improves your metabolism. So we call it the weight loss mudra.
I love that. Thank you. I know so many people that are on thyroid medication or, have
I have a hypothyroidism, which slows down the metabolism. Right. I used to do this long back and it had just slipped out of my routine. And that's why I'm saying thank you to you, because it just brought everything back. And since 2 days, I've started incorporating this in my life. So if you want to lose weight, if you want your metabolism to be working great, and if you want your thyroid gland to work well, so after each meal for 15 minutes, sit in this mudra. Now, we may say we don't get time, but if you are on the laptop also doing something, doing some work, mostly people are on their laptops these days, or even watching TV for that matter. So after you've eaten your food, all the 3 meals, for 15 minutes, sit in this mudra. And then you'll see your metabolism. You won't, you may have heard of people who say that, oh, I don't eat much, but I still put on weight. Or I think I put on weight even by breathing,
Right.
So that's because your metabolism is slow. So then you won't deposit unnecessary fat if you start practicing this mudra, So this will be effective if you're doing it for 45 minutes in a day. That's why split it into 3 after each meal. And I have started from, I think, past 2 days, So let's just go back and revise them a bit. The Gyan Mudra. the Akash Mudra, the Prithvi Mudra or the Earth Mudra, the Jal Mudra or the Water Mudra. This is your weight loss mudra.
Yes,
You know?
thank you for that. All of us thank you for that one.
And one of the others, I don't want to do like an information overload and give all of them to you in one day, but these are the easiest and one of the most important. Just one more I'm going to add to them, which is the Vayu Mudra, which means the air mudra. Vayu means air. When you bend this finger in and then touch your thumb to it.
There we go. Yeah, Carrie was asking if I could raise my hand so she could see, because they can't see yours very well. So this was the weight loss one, right?
Am I too far from the screen? I can bring it forward then.
Okay. Let me see.
I think I'll just bring it forward. Sorry. Are you able to see it better now?
Yes, we see you a lot better now.
Yeah.
So
this is the Vayu Mudra. Now this is supposed to balance the air element in your body, and it's very, very good for any arthritic or joint problem or gastric problem. A lot of us these days are born with a very weak digestive system. You know, we're not able to digest things. We have so many allergies. Some are lactose intolerant, some are gluten intolerant, and it tends to create a lot of gas and a lot of flatulence in our body, which we don't realize in turn causes a lot of joint pain, a lot of headaches, a lot of other allergies. So this mudra and this mudra definitely incorporated in your routine. So I started wondering, how am I going to do so many of them in a day? I mean, none of us are used to taking out so much time. So I realized that it's when you're meditating, you can be in your Jnana Mudra, right? Or your Dhyana Mudra. And after food, incorporate this for sure. And then if you're going for a walk, like normally we try to incorporate some physical activity, and our walking in the day is generally prescribed for everyone. So while you're walking, you can do your Vayu Mudra. Like it just takes bending your hands in a certain way. That's it, So I tend to do for 15 minutes. Like if I'm walking 45 minutes, 3 mudras I'll cover. I'll do the Vayu Mudra, I'll do the Prithvi Mudra, and I'll do the Jal Mudra. Slowly, when you build a kind of a system and it's very easy for you to bring it in your everyday life, then you can incorporate other mudras at different times depending on how your body is feeling. Right. Are you feeling an imbalance in vitality? Then you go ahead with the Prana Mudra, which is these 2 fingers. Or if this is the Apana Mudra, which is these 2 fingers. And this is a very interesting mudra, I must say. I learned about it. This is called the mudra for wealth. So if you want to get rich, start doing this.
Okay, I gotta learn this one. Show me.
I knew that. So in Indian culture and tradition, so that we have gods and goddesses for everything. Yes. So the god of wealth is called Kuber. So this is the Kuber Mudra, which means the wealth mudra.
Oh, I love it.
So want to get rich, start doing this.
Yes, I'm gonna keep my hands like that all day.
So you know what? Even if you don't understand what it's for, it's going to be good. So just start pressing one by one each finger with your thumb for 15 minutes. And then join 2 fingers at one time for 15 minutes. You don't need to know the name. Right. You don't need to get bothered by it. It will do its work anyway,
Yes.
So I learned the names because I don't know, I had an interest in it and it came to me easily. But then I devised like a system of how to remember so many of them. So I realized that each finger with your thumb makes for a different mudra, and then each time 2 fingers with the thumb also makes for a different mudra.
So let me ask you a question. You do it with both hands, right?
Yes, yes. Typical. So ideally, you should do it in this posture and with, focusing on your breathing while doing the mudra, because then the effect is best. But sometimes it's not practical to, incorporate all of it while doing it like that. So that's the ideal way if you can do it. But if you're not able to take out that much time, you can still build it in your daily life while walking and doing a few of them. Or, every time after your meal, even if you're doing something else, watching TV or some scrolling on your phone or whatever, sit in this. So it will do its work.
I love it. Oh my gosh, you have just made my day.
This one is for wealth.
I love learning this, and everyone is just really excited about learning all of this. And I saw Sally, where was your comment? Sally says, you've just talked about my meditations and in such a beautiful way. Thank you.
And thank you, Teri, because of you, I have started incorporating it in my daily life. I had just forgotten about them. By chance, I was doing the Dhyana Mudra and the Dhyana Mudra because I was so used to doing it, but I had forgotten about all the others, So now I have brought back this in my life because I personally need this a lot because I have hypothyroidism, and it affects the metabolism a lot. So if you just do it forcefully for 2 days, you'll get used to it. Initially you'll find it a bit awkward because you're not used to doing it, and you'll feel, oh my god, my fingers are stuck, and why are you do this, and it's so uncomfortable. But then just think of your waistline. You want that hourglass figure,
right?
And then you end up doing that.
I love this so much. This has been awesome. Thank you. And Carrie had asked what the weight loss one was. So that's it, right?
This one.
The ring finger and the thumb.
Yeah. In Hindi, it's called Agni Mudra, which is fire. So it's very logical because it's boosting your metabolism. Anything that has energy and fire in it, it will boost it up. So that's how I learned it. Or you can call it the sun mudra also, because the sun provides that heat and that energy and vigor in our body to boost our metabolism.
This has been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. If anybody missed out on anything, I can repeat it if you want to see from the comments.
Yeah. And now you are part of our Angelic River family group. So I look forward to anything that you want to share with us in the group. And I saw Sharon Boyle has been watching a YouTube video on mudras, and she's going to share that video in the group as well.
Yeah, that's going to be beneficial.
Yes, absolutely. And Marietta Stoner says tapping the thymus gland on our chest is also good for the immune system.
Yes.
So that was
all of them have their benefits. So this one in specific, which balances the water element of our body, because this finger is for water. It also helps with detoxing and kind of improves your intuitive power. So a lot of people are psychics in this group, and you're connected to a lot of people who do a lot of intuitive stuff. So this is going to really benefit them, this mudra, the little finger and the thumb.
Okay. Now, so do you ever combine the mudras with touching the body? Like, when tapping, you touch certain points on the body, and that's an acupressure thing that we do. So is there ever a combination that you can do of that?
No, as I said, ideally one is supposed to focus on their breathing and just sit in a relaxed posture with it, Okay. So tapping and all is not a part of the ancient culture of how you use a mudra. Okay. You can combine mudras, like you can combine your Vayu mudra and your Apana mudra, but you don't really touch them at places. And I realized, when I was reading a lot also about mudras, that you have actually been doing a mudra without knowing it, because when you've been chanting the Om Ganpate Namaha, you've been doing the Ganesha mudra. You chant it like that. So This is the Ganesha mudra. And it brings a lot of prosperity. and health and happiness. So when you're doing the Ganesha Mudra, ideally, your hands are taut, like you press it. So you can't keep it like that forever. So you press, press, release. So every time you chant Om Gam Ganpate Namaha, then you release, right? So then you are technically pressing a lot of acupressure points also, which will probably activate that kind of energy in your body, which is synonymous with Ganesha. So that's why it is the Ganesha Mudra.
Okay, can you show that up close, how to do that one?
So you can change your hand. So first your right, so your fingers interlock them like that. And then you can do it in reverse. And your hands are like close to your chest.
Okay, awesome. I love that.
So like this, then like this, and like this. And in India, because traditions are based on science a lot, so how you've been doing namaste, you've been doing a sort of mudra on your own. This is the Anjali Mudra. So we every time, this denotes love, respect, and gratitude.
Right.
And every time when you're doing the Anjali Mudra, you're pressing all these points.
Right, all of them pressing together. I love
so
that.
we don't the concept of handshake wasn't there in India. It's a very Western concept. So how we greet people is like this. So when you bow, you're giving respect. And when you're touching, this is for gratitude and for love, and it's also doing acupressure. And the reason we don't do a handshake is we don't want unnecessary energies mixing with each other. When you touch someone, you're taking some bit of their energy and giving some bit of yours. So when you don't know the person, you don't want to do that. So you will be respectful from distance. So that is the logic of doing namaste. And it also, I might add, wards off a lot of creepy uncles and aunts that you don't want to touch or hug. You just respectfully do namaste and be done with it.
I love that. Thank you. We do have another question from Sharon. She says, Nriddhi, is it important to have the other finger straight, as my ring finger and little finger like to follow each other? I'm training them. My fingers
it can be comfortable. You don't need to have it like tight, like don't stress, just comfortably. So even if they bend a little, it's fine. Like if you're doing this, you can never have this completely straight. This will turn in a bit. So you don't need to like stress about that. Or when you're doing this, this will be very tough to continue. So this will bend a bit. That's totally normal, Or when you're doing this will bend a bit. So you don't need to I also can't keep them open. It's physically impossible.
Yeah.
So they will curve a bit. So when you're doing this mudra, the Gyan Mudra, this will bend a bit, which is nice, natural, and graceful. The point is that these 2 points touch. So they will bend a bit. You don't need to stress about that.
Yeah, I have like crooked fingers on my ring finger, so I can never do like.
It will never happen. Also, it will be really tough to maintain this, strict kind of posture. It's okay. You can bend them slightly.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I saw a comment by Sally. She said, that's one of the biggest reasons I don't shake hands. I don't want to pick up unwanted energies.
See, so we've been having that in our culture since ever without knowing it. Nowadays, everybody wants to ape the West in our country as well. But I feel there should be a fusion, a mix of retain what stuff makes sense and take from them whatever makes sense, So like how so many people in the West have adopted Namaste because it has a logical reason to it.
Yes, exactly. And especially now that we are so germ conscious and getting germs, that this just makes perfect sense. And I want to say to Sally just opened her new store up there in Michigan. I have been going to a metaphysical store here in Fort Lauderdale, where I live, for probably 5 years now. where the owner is Buddhist, and every time I would walk into the shop, she would greet me with namaste.
Yeah.
And so I understand, you know, you don't do the handshake, you do this. And I've been exposed to that for years, but didn't really understand the logic behind it as well. So thank you. Thank you for
Even this, if you just change the namaste into this becomes another mudra called the Hriday mudra, Hiki mudra, sorry, I'm forgetting the name. But this again makes a lot of sense because you're pressing all your points together.
right.
You know, so even if you don't know the name, it doesn't matter. You can still do. To change the namaste to this. And this is for the whole body functioning properly because all your elements, your fire, air, ether, earth, water, they're all pressed and to come in balance. This mudra is one of the most powerful mudras.
I love that. Karen Palmer does this a lot when we're doing our chanting at night. She'll
Yeah.
do that. So
It's got, I think there's a logic to it with respect to energy as well, which I'm not completely aware of myself because I don't do so much healing. And those people who are into healing or Reiki or pranic, they would know the significance of, I think there's an energy ball that forms when they're kind of praying in this posture, right? I'm not too sure myself about it.
And Sharon Boyle says that she does that naturally, touching all of the points together. Beautiful.
Yeah, I think the angel must have been telling her that even if you don't know the name mudras, please do this.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. Beautiful. Julie Kiss is with us, and she,
Yeah.
I asked how old you are. You look so young.
I think she should take a guess. Julie, take a guess and write it.
I'm terrible at guessing age myself. I have no clue when I meet them, how old they are.
But I'm going to reveal for sure. But this can be a fun thing. Let a few people guess my age. Then we'll see how close I am.
What a fun game. I love it. And I did ask for people to put in prayer requests. We do that at the end of each of our shows. And Prachetta asked for special prayers for Shantae, for Claire, Charlie, for Wendy and Tony, for excellent health.
How is Shantae now? She was not well.
Still in the hospital. She was hoping to be able to go home by today. I talked to her last night and she's still there. The problem is getting the medication to her home that she needs to have for 3 weeks. She had the port put in to accept the medication into her body, but they had to coordinate everything with getting the medication where she can do that from home. So she's still there. So let's all lift her up, please, in prayer.
Yes.
Thank you for asking. And also for my niece, I talked to her yesterday as well, that the one that just lost her father. And she's having a really hard time with the grief. So let's keep Tracy in all of our prayers. She was a daddy's girl. So this is
everybody's sending different numbers. This is quite interesting and it's really good for my self-esteem because I'm getting very nice numbers which are lesser than my age. So I'm liking that.
Yes, I would have guessed even younger than that. Honestly.
Really? That one, I won't mind that. You can go ahead with your guess.
Beautiful, and you glow, and I love your energy, and I love.
Well, that's also because I'm a makeup artist, so I have everything to my disposal. You know.
No, you have natural beauty. You're just absolutely gorgeous. So thank you for being with us. And Jean Lorio thinks you're 23.
Oh my God, you're my new best friend from now on.
Carrie says 32.
Carrie, you're close, but not there.
Beautiful. Okay, so the other prayer requests are for Prachetta to be strong and happy, for Annika, Vanya, and Karina to be happy, for Tracy and my wonderful angelic river family to be happy, healthy, and shining, and special prayers for little Luna's fast recovery. Okay, and then Lily Ann, prayers for her mom and her grandson Gabriel, and for her son Michael in Sweden, and for myself and all of us in here, and for Mother Earth.
Yes, definitely. We need all the healing for the earth to happen.
Mhm. Yeah. And Sally said that's what went on with Tony. They had to set up Tony's personal care team to go through this with her. Yeah, it takes time to get all of that in place when you have to go through a treatment. So prayers for Tony for sure. And for you, Sally, that's a lot of stress to deal with when you want your loved one to be healthy and for everything to be working properly. So
Yeah.
lifting you up as well, my darling.
Yes.
Okay. Who else? I was trying to remember who had something going on that we could share the energy with them as well. My brother has a friend whose whole family has been tested positive for
Oh,
COVID. Yeah, so let's
okay.
lift up. Her name is Ina. It's her family. So let's lift up Ina's family this morning.
Hmm.
Pray for them all to recover fast from this. There's no treatment, so they're all just getting bed rest and really trying to get their body as healthy as they can. And Julie says prayers for peace on earth. Absolutely. And Hope Wellington Marshall is with us. Prayers for the throat, please. Thank you, Sharon Boyle. Prayers for Ruth Bradford. I don't have an update on her. I'm not sure how she's doing, but we are lifting her up for a complete recovery from her stroke. And let's all remember her every day.
Ruth Bradford.
Yes, she's the one that had the stroke, and we've been praying for her ever since we first heard that that was what happened.
Okay.
And of course, little Luna, and for her healing to take place rapidly. And Jean Lorio, prayers for everyone that I wake up tomorrow at the right time. Jean, I believe you're on with me tomorrow, aren't you? Yes, tomorrow is Jean Lorio Day. We finally get to meet her and see her beautiful energy.
Lovely.
Yes, and Sally doesn't have an update on Ruth either, so I'll reach out today and see if we can get any information on what's going on there. Okay, so let's start to go into our prayer time. And I don't think anybody guessed your age correctly, did they?
No.
Okay.
Who came close was, let me see, Kerry came the closest.
Carrie came the closest. You win the
Yeah.
booby prize.
No, but it's still off. Yeah. Now Julie came closest, but I'm 36 now.
Wow. Yeah. You do look like you're not past
Sally
20.
said 35. That's cool. That's close.
You look very young, and I love the energy. It's your energy that
Thank you.
makes you come out as very young, because I feel that enthusiasm and that passion that's inside, and that's what keeps you young, is that beauty that's inside
Thank
of
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you for all of this today. This has been a real gift to myself and to all of us here at Angelic River Family. This is
Everybody
beautiful.
will start doing this now from today.
Yes, I
After.
definitely am going to be doing that a lot today.
Yes.
Doing all of them.
But the challenge is to maintain it then, you know.
Okay, so like Hope is asking for prayers for the throat. Which one would she use? Which mudra?
I'll have to think, but mostly this one.
Okay, there you go, Hope. So
Center.
do
So
that
this
during.
is a lot with your ear and this area, ENT.
All right. So during our meditation, focus on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So let's go into our heart center. And if you leave your eyes open and focus on the beautiful heart behind me, we're going to go right into our heart energy. So deep breath in. The breath brings us into a very focused energy right into our heart. Just envision it going right there. And if there's any place physically that you want to focus on healing, you can see that breath travel right there. So if it's a throat issue, see See the oxygen that you're taking in swirling around in your throat area. If it's something that's lower, like the gastrointestinal, see that oxygen traveling, that energy of it traveling all the way down. Fill your lungs completely and focus on whatever area it is in your physical body that you want to increase the energy in a positive way. And as you breathe in, focus on the love. And when you breathe out, release anything that's unlike love, anything that's not serving you. If it's an energy of sadness, an energy of anxiety, fear, anger, whatever that might be that's swirling around, just let it go. Life is too short to hang on to anything that's unlike love. Love is what heals us. So let's bring in love, that healing energy right into our heart. And we're going to ask Kuan Yin to really touch us right now, touch us in that heart center, to fill our hearts with love and compassion, that we may feel the warmth of that energy. And we may know that whatever we need in life, we can always go home. We can go to this place inside that we call home. That's where our spirit is. So breathing that energy right into the heart and then let it expand out. See that light shining as it goes around the heart center. The color of the heart chakra is green. So envision a beautiful green energy right now. Everybody just focus on green and see that expanding out, that love that's in your heart, the love that's being renewed and rejuvenated. Let it come right into your heart center. Breathe it in, give it life. And then expel out with your out breath anything that's unlike love. Let it go. Feel the difference when you really let go of energy that's not helping you. When you can say, I don't need that anymore. I'm ready to only let love live in my heart. Then everything else fades away. Situations may not change, but you change. If there's someone that you're having difficulty with, see them in their perfect state and feel the love inside that connects you with them spiritually. Send this out over our earth right now. Let's let every inhabitant on earth feel loved in their heart. That love replace any energy of prejudice, of racism, of separation from each other. We're all a spark of the divine. So feeling into that today, feeling into your highest energy that you can reach. And you do that with the breath. You bring it into your heart and then you expand it out and you accept that you are divine. You open up that connection between you and source energy, which I choose to call God. Call it whatever label you want to put on the highest power that is the creator. And then when we are sending out that love, we're getting it right back. So God is returning that to us, returning it in a beautiful essence of white, pure energy that's unconditional love. Feel that swirling around you and through you, opening up your crown chakra. And just receive that energy coming through your crown, through your third eye, the throat, and into the heart, anchoring right there in your heart. This beautiful, unconditional love feels so warm. And everything else falls away. Any of the judgments, any of the criticisms, they fall away because they can't reside in that same energy as love. We say this mantra every day. Only love and light is welcome here in my heart. Only love and light, what I hold in my heart. Let's ask our angels now to remind us of all the prayer requests that were placed in the circle. And let's look on those prayer requests and everyone that was put in there as perfect. Let's see them in their perfection as God sees them, not as broken or as unwell, but as being in their perfect state of being, which is their spiritual state. Let's ask God to give them a blessing today of love, to surround them with that white light in whatever state they're in, that they may feel the love that's coming to them, and love is the energy that will heal. So we're lifting each person, each request up to God right now, and then releasing our attachment to it, letting it go. And let's place every person that's gathered here today in that circle, holding each one tightly in our arms of love. Breathe in again. Breathe in deeply that love into your heart. Release that love back out, sending it out to everyone on the planet, everyone that inhabits Mother Earth right now. Let each person feel this love, each animal, each plant, each tree, all the waters of the earth. Let's send love right in there. Now let's feel that grounding energy coming out from Mother Earth, helping us to feel the balance and the centeredness inside. Taking another breath, feeling the love in our heart again. Let's start to connect with each other. So see each person in the group and just hold one person today. Just one person. Hold them in your arms. Surround them totally with your love. This beautiful blanket of energy that you're sending out. Just say to that one person, I love you. I feel so much love coming back into me. Thank you. Thank you to all who are sending that love my way. So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. And then we end our show with a beautiful tradition that our Deirdre has turned the heart telephone. Deirdre, are you familiar with the heart telephone?
No.
Okay, so what we do is we hold the love in our heart and gratitude in our heart, and then we count to 3. And then after that, we say, thank you, I love you. So we're showing gratitude to the whole entire group and sending that love to everyone. Would you
So I
like
have
to
to count
you want
first,
to
or
count? Yes, the countdown. Would you like to do that for us? Counting
so
to 3.
3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3?
Either way.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you, and I love you all.
Oh, I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for every morning making my day set off on the right foot. It just really lifts me.
And are we supposed to say namaste, y'all? I want to do that.
At the very end, that's the way we end the show, by saying namaste, y'all, which is
Yeah.
our dear Deirdre has this
Yeah.
beautiful sense of humor that we all love, and she ends our show for us this way every day by typing it in, and then we say it. So
Okay.
beautiful. And we're getting so many comments of love. People are just sending you love, love,
Thank
love.
you so much, everyone, because this really means a lot. Everybody sending their love from the environment. You do definitely get it.
Absolutely. Yes, and just beautiful, beautiful. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. whatever is going on in your life. Just please be blessed and keep that energy of love right in your heart. Keep it there close to you and then give it out. The more you give, the more you get back. It's not going
Yes.
to be depleted. You'll continue to get it back to you. That's how it works. That's the law of attraction, that it comes
Yeah.
right back into our hearts. Nivriti, I have so enjoyed this time together, and
Same here.
my mind is just really turning with all of this information, and I just want to learn more and more and start practicing these beautiful
Definitely.
movements.
Yeah.
They're a part of me now. So I'm going to be doing them and be thinking of you and all of this wonderful energy and wonderful, beautiful stuff that you shared with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now I know that every time everybody does mudras, they're going to be thinking about me. So I'm going to get a lot of love coming my way.
Yes, you are. Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing anything that you post in the group to help us to understand it better. And thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
I'll post something, like I'll have a word with you, and then we can figure out list of all the mudras and the images of it, so that people can just start at least.
That would be awesome. Thank you. And definitely looking forward to having you back on the show again. That would be amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So Deirdre and Carrie both typed in the ending for us.
Yes.
So as we say every day at the end of the show, you ready?
Yes. I'm supposed to say it, or you were going to say it with me as well?
Both of us. We'll say it together.
Okay. Namaste, y'all. Like, I want this. Okay, this is also a mudra, so we can start doing that. This is Apan mudra.
Okay, namaste, y'all. I love it. I love this. Have a blessed day, everyone. Take care.
Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.